The engine is starting up. Three, two, one.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Sensitive/offensive content disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
In a world so cold with shadows creeping, got a heart on fire, but sometimes sleeping through the midnight hours when hope feels tight. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light. Rise up from the ashes, we will never fall. When you feel lost, I can hear your call. With every heartbeat, we can win this fight. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light. Clouds may tremble, skies may weep in tears. Through the stormy weather, I'll calm your fears. Hold on to my voice, it will lead you right. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light. Rise up from the ashes, we will never fall. When you feel lost, I can hear your call. With every heartbeat, we can win this fight. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light. Rise up from the ashes, we will never fall. When you feel lost, I can hear your call. With every heartbeat, we can win this fight. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light. Stars may tremble, skies may weep in tears. Through the stormy weather, I'll calm your fears. Hold on to my voice, it will lead you right. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light. Rise up from the ashes, we will never fall. When you feel lost, I can hear your call. With every heartbeat, we can win this fight. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light. Rise up from the ashes, we will never fall. When you feel lost, I can hear your call. With every heartbeat, we can win this fight. I'll be your beacon, guiding to the light.
Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. New intro. So a couple of changes, but that's okay. So welcome to Becon in the Dark. And of course, I am your host, Susan. Normally the Celtic Viking on the other night, but okay, it's tonight. So yeah, I changed the intro. I'm changing kind of the format of what the show is about because when I originally started this, as I said, I wanted the show to be based on helping you guys. I want to be there for you. Whatever it is, the topic that you need to discuss, I'd be happy to. It doesn't matter whether or not I am in the middle of talking about something in particular. If you have a topic or you need help with something, I want to be there for you guys. That's what it's about. And I just thought I'd throw my credentials in there so you guys do understand that yes, I'm an ordained minister. Yes, I am also a Reiki master teacher. I have certification on a couple of the healings, as well as a certified holistic health care counselor. So I do have these other credentials and I haven't really been using them. And I really want this show to be a place where you guys can come if you need to talk about something. And if I don't have the answer, I'm right here. I'm going to look the answer up. I'm going to find and use all the information and knowledge that I have to be there to help you guys. And that's basically what it is that I want to do. So, welcome everybody to the new format. So, pretty cool, huh? So thank you. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Gail. Oh, loving the new intro. Yeah, I decided to go country this time. So yeah, it's doing a little bit of country is what I'm doing. So tonight, what I listed is we're going to be talking a lot today about alignment and authenticity. Now, what I mean by authenticity and being like your authentic self. A lot of people will go through the motions or you have a tendency to pretend and not really do what's authentically best for you and best for self. That's what it is that we need to work on. Now, if you've ever felt literally, okay, guys, here's the thing. If you have ever felt that you're beating your head up against the wall, that you're repeatedly trying to reach your goal, but you never seem to achieve it, never. Okay. Instead, you are struggling rather than moving forward and achieving your goals with grace and ease. Where is what we need to do? It's something that we need to do. See, you're not alone in this. In this being authentically you, we're not alone. And that's the new changes. I needed to be authentically me to order to help authentically you. So, the struggle for to move from what just wanted to stop by and say Merry Christmas. Y'all prayers, try to stay positive. It is hard sometimes, but we can do it. Thank you, Robert. Yes, we can. We can stay positive. Positivity is the best thing in the world for you, is what it is. Now, you're not alone in your struggles in order to move forward. We don't what happens is the struggle to move from what we don't want to what we do want. Unfortunately, it's like a fundamental type struggle. It's really not that easy to do. Some of us will struggle to try to get from that. Okay, I really don't want this, but I do want that. It's hard for us to actually look in the mirror and say, "Oh my God, I made a mistake," or I can't head this way. This Don't use the word can't. A lot of times when we repeat things and kind of have a tendency to process information, we're still learning lessons is what it is. But you need to make that gold. Okay. And it is, it's, believe it or not, it's very common for people to struggle against what they want and what they achieve, and they limit their good. If you can understand that, we limit our good, we limit what it is that we want to do. Now, in order to have what you want, you first must be willing. And here's the thing, you have to be willing to end the struggle and to move into action. That's where some of us have our issues. It's that moving into action sometimes requires us to do things we don't want to do, but we know in order to reach our particular goal, we have to move into that direction. Okay, so that's the thing. We don't want to do that this way. We don't want to do this. We don't want to do that, or we feel bad if we do this. But in order for you to be authentically who you want to be, in order to be able to move forward, we have to be able to do that. We have to be able to take that action. Now, your success is actually dependent on your ability to reach your goals and achieve it. Okay. The easiest way to move from stuck, and that's what it is. We're stuck right now. In order for us to move thank you, Renee, in order for us to move from stuck into action without struggling is to be, here's the thing, authentically, and to be in alignment with your authenticity. Do you guys understand that? Okay. Hello, Kasan. How you doing? Okay. If the problem doesn't go away for a very long time, or one trouble transforms into the next constantly, what that possibly means is karmic debt sometimes. But hello, Dashkin. And what sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But you have to remember this, okay? We'll get back to this in a minute. If we constantly say, I'll never achieve this, I'll never do this, I will never be able to figure this out, that's going to bring that back to us. Okay, that's going to bring the negativity back, because that's what we're telling the universe that we want. So, in order for us to change that and to be authentically us, or hello, hands waving pink. So, in order for us to be able to achieve certain things, we have to change our mindset as well, because that also causes us to be stuck. That does. So that's what happens. So authenticity actually means that you are connected to your core, and that your desires, okay, are a true reflection of your inner soul self. What does your inner soul truly desire? What is it that you really want? So I know what I want and who I want to be. How do you bring the husband along? I'm sorry. And how long does one wait? Yep, that's the hard part. You honestly, in order to be true to yourself, hon, you really need to start working on you. And sometimes along the way, we do have a tendency to lose people. They either grow with us, or they have like the same sight and vision that you have to something, or they don't. You can't force someone to do things a certain way. It just kind of doesn't work that way. And I'm sorry for that. But you need to be you, and you need to do what's best for you. Now, sometimes people will see you being more comfortable, more confident, more authentically who you truly are, and start to follow and say, oh, I like this. I wonder how she did this. Then they'll start in a delayed reaction. And then sometimes they just won't happen at all. They won't be able to move that forward mile with you. But it really depends on the situation. But you need to be you. You need to be your true, authentic self. You need to literally, your inner self, your soul, your spirit, your energy needs to connect. And that's the one thing that you need to work on. And you can't always wait for someone to be on the same page as you, because sometimes it's just not going to happen. You need to do what's best for you to be able to move forward. That's just my advice there. I honestly, I would just do what's best for you, and I would continue to go forward, is what. Hello, the Sun Dragon. I would continue to move forward and doing what is best for you. If this particular person chooses to follow along a little later, that's good. And if not, continue to be who you are. Continue. Working on you will show him exactly. It will be up to him in the long run, and that's exactly what it is. Yeah, it's a tough situation, but if you continue to think back, that's what's going to happen. You think back, and you don't want that. You want to continue to move forward and be authentically you. Honestly, I wouldn't wait. I would just continue to move forward. So, hello, Kicks. How are you doing? Now, alignment actually means that your entire being is in agreement with the goal you want to achieve. Okay, if we can understand that. Now, for example, you want to come home from work one evening, and you're very tired, but this evening is your workout night. So you sit on the couch and actually have to talk yourself into getting into your gym clothes and heading off to the gym. What you did in the convincing part of yourself to go to the gym when it really wanted to rest on the couch is called alignment. Now, with the idea and the intention of going to the gym, no matter how tired you are, a part of you actually felt that. Hello, Heidi. Yes. So, and that's a big part of it. Now, to end struggle. So, replying to, all right, I have been with hubby for 24 years. He is just starting looking at himself in the last year. And that's what it is. Some people literally takes their time in order to be able to do that, in order to be able to move forward, is what it is. It takes time, it takes energy for them to eventually follow you. Now, to end the struggle and successfully achieve your goal, all parts of you must work together for manifestation. All parts must work together for manifestation. That means all body, which is body, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritual. All of this must connect together in order for you, emotional, spiritual, in order for you to be in alignment, lined up, to you to be able to reach your goals. Okay, you have to have that alignment. Everything has to be aligned, and that can be difficult. Aligning ourselves up and literally looking out for what it is that we want, it's a difficult thing to do, because a lot of us will worry, well, what about this one, what about that one, what about this, what about that? And it's a hard thing to do. You just need to continue to move forward. Those that truly love who you are will eventually either catch up with you or just be your greatest cheerleader. Hey, keep going. Yeah, you got this. Keep going. And that's what happens. And it continues that way. So, okay. Actually, there can be no doubts, no limiting beliefs or attachments. Do not doubt what you do, because that hinders your alignment. Hello, Shirley. that hinders your actual alignment. It limits your belief system. Now, there is like a process that I've actually put together to help you guys get more aligned in order to help you come forward to bring yourself 50 plus years. And yes, it is still hard. Yeah. 50 years is, I mean, that is a momentous situation for someone to definitely, wow, 50 years. That's awesome. Stuff like that normally doesn't happen. So, yeah, it's a pretty thing situation. Now, I think some of this hand waving pink. Oh, thank you. For those that are actually new, I talk about all the time having a particular area in your house that is something for you, and it has to do with your energy and your spirituality in order to help you move forward, in order to give you that one area. Like my father would come home from work, he would have one chair that was just his. That was his chair. Nobody else. If you were sitting and you get up, that was my father's chair. Okay, that was his safety zone, so to speak. And that's what we actually need. Now, there's like 3 steps in order to help you guys to be able to have that alignment, that authenticity within yourself, where everything can actually balance up. And you can ask yourself this in any decision or question that you do have, as far as a particular direction, to make sure that you are authentically doing this, because it's part of you, part of your soul, your spirit, your emotional. It's part of your passion. It's just something that you really need to do. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to do. And again, this is sit quietly. And I say this all the time. A lot of people say I can't meditate. I'm not asking you to meditate. I need you to sit in a nice, quiet, sacred place. Not easy to do all the time. Okay, it really isn't, but you can do this. Now create a peaceful, serene, nurturing space for yourself. Now, my desk, okay, is my sanctuary. Might not be always clean, might not always be neat, might be cluttered with ideas, but it's my peaceful sanctuary. It's the place where I'm able to think better. I'm able to contemplate what's going on. It's where I get a lot of my ideas, is just kind of sitting here and researching, and it really helps. But that's me. Your idea of something quiet might just be a chair outside watching traffic. To you, that might be quiet. So when somebody tells you to sit quietly, it's what quiet is represented to you. What do you think quiet is? Do you have traffic in the background? Do you have birds? I mean, do you listen to cars go by, or is it a thunderstorm, or literally a waterfall, a moving river, the ocean? It's what quiet is to you. What's sacred to you? I mean, a sacred space or a quiet space can literally just be grabbing your favorite blanket, going to the beach, and listening to the waves. If that's a good area where you can actually feel secure and safe and just relax and let go, that would be a good thing for you. So you need to just kind of figure out what it is to actually best for you that you can do. Now, and again, it's you have to feel comfortable and secure. That's the biggest thing. We have to feel safe and secure in our particular area. Say if a junkie doesn't want to come clean, even if the drug's killing him, giving him or her pain, what is that? It To me, that means that somebody has um okay, drugs are an addiction. That's an addictive personality. Okay, that's just my contemplation is that somebody that is doing illegal drugs, even prescription drugs overboard, that is an addictive personality. That is someone who maintains balance with an addiction. The issue with that is you need to get down to the root of why they have this addiction. Why are they ignoring their emotions? Why are they trying to stop from feeling everything? Or are they trying to stop feeling pain? So it's a process to try to get through into an individual with an addiction to admit why they have it. Because a lot of times, if the addiction has been going on for a long time, it's really hard for them to remember why. But eventually they do. I would recommend journaling. Journaling your thoughts, writing your thoughts out. It could be a soul contract underlying issue, correct? I would journal because this too can happen. I would continue on journaling, and I would have this individual journal. That's usually something they recommend for someone with addiction issues. It's a way to help get to the point or get to the bottom of what is happening, because sometimes in life the addiction or the effects of the addiction will actually be a little easier for them than actually working through their particular issues. So it's having those journals and seeing those little moments of success that I think is really a big thing. That is so true. So just allow, hello, Bianca. So just allow them to get that out. Now, the journal that they do have is sacred. They can share it with a counselor if they have one. They could share it with a priest or a reverend if they choose that method as well. But it's not something for anybody else to read. So, say if you are a mother and you had a son and he had a journal, that journal's sacred, because when they're writing those emotions down, they're getting them out any way that they can. So, but they need to get those out. They need to get those emotions, those feelings, that backlash, and things that actually happen. So that's just my advice there. Hello, kid. That's my advice there. So step one, if you are sitting, hopefully that helped you out, Kasan. And again, everybody in the chat room, always throw your 2 cents in, literally, guys, because it's just, this is a place for helping. This is a place to help people. This is non-judgmental. This is just a forum where you guys can actually come. Okay. So all I can tell you is no give up. It, you know, it's a difficult situation, but it's something that can be done. But people that want help will eventually ask for it. And that's the issue. They have to want the help. They have to want to improve their life. But sometimes they need to get through the past in order to be able to move forward. So, all right, now find this area where you are feeling comfortable and secure. That's what you need to do. Spend several minutes in quiet. This is all a part of the honesty, and to be honest with themselves. Go outside the circle and view every perspective. Exactly. Exactly, Heidi. So you need to be secure. And you want to spend several minutes in this particular area. That is your quiet space, your quiet self. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to sit there and you want to reflect upon your goal. Reflect on it. See what your goal is. Think about it. Think if this is something that your direction needs to go into. Always have a pen and paper ready. And a lot of people nowadays, they'll type things on their phone. I am still extremely old fashioned, and I carry journals with me everywhere because I find that writing it out, it's just there's more behind it. There's more emotion behind it rather than just the, I find writing it out, the emotions help get it down because it's really making you think. rather than trying to get me trying to get my thumbs to work to do that. I can't. So in order to be a work through an issue to find out if it's working for you authentically, the next thing you actually want to do is this is actually called step 2 is actually called the authenticity check is what it's called. Now, ask within you, okay, if this goal is appropriate for you to achieve at this time. It's always at this time. I have notebooks too, writing it out for me. Yes, that's exactly it. I actually collect journals. It's like I have a bunch of them. I just find it more like conducive, more inherited, more soul deep. So, but yeah, it doesn't print. That's a better word. So you want to have like this pen and paper with you. All right. Then this is number 2 as far as this. Now, and again, ask if this goal is a better goal for you at this time. Always say at this time. And you need to ask yourself, is this the good direction that I do? If this is this. Now, if the answer is actually yes, then you know you're starting as far as this is the next step 2. But if the answer is actually no, ask what more appropriate goal there would be for you right now. So you need to do this. Step 2, you need to figure out whether or not is authentic writing as far as being authentic. I got writing on my head right now. Find out if this goal is appropriate for you. If it's no, you need to reevaluate what's actually happening right now. Let's see what we got going on here in the chat room, and then we'll get it in again. We'll get back into this in a minute. Love step 2, authentic. Yes. Journaling. I love journaling. Now, by asking this question, you are actually moved from being ruled by your needs of the mind, which is survival issues, into being access to the soul within. So that's what we're doing. We are taking this particular step 2, because what we want to do is we want to get into the soul. We don't want to go by desires. Okay. I would love a new pair of boots. I don't need them right now. I got a pair on my feet. Okay. I don't need them. So there's a difference between wants and needs. Like, I want to do this. I would love to do this, but right now it's not the good time. So you need to do this. Okay. And you leave behind petty desires and egos. You need to leave those behind and move into realizing the desires of your soul. Okay. As you reach your goal, you actually become more truer and you tune in more to your authentic self. So that is the step 2. Now you need to actually write down, this is where the pen and paper comes in, write down your response you receive. If you need additional clarity concerning the response, ask for it. Keep asking until you feel comfortable within yourself, until you are connected. Okay. Ego is out of the way. It's gone. It's not about ego. Okay. It's not about you trying to get ahead, become a millionaire. It's not about that. What is it authentically about? Who are you authentically? Who is it that you, namaste, align with? What is it that makes you want to come out? What is part of your soul? That's the alignment that you're actually looking for. So you keep asking until you feel, yeah, that's it. That's what I need to do. I need to take a look at this. I need to take a look at the direction this is heading into. I need to take a look and see, okay, all right, at this time, this is the move I need to make. This is the direction that I need to head into. That's what you want to feel. That's definitely what you want to feel. Sorry about my phone bleeping. Now, step 3 on this. Step 3. Now, step 3 is actually alignment. Now, once you have defined and authenticated goal, it's time to create the alignment. Now, this is like a 3-step process, guys, okay? Now, you want to remain in your space and quiet and comfortable. Ask to speak with your mental body, believe it or not. And again, you will repeat this step 3 with each of the bodies. That's it. And what I mean by this, I'm going to explain. Ask your mental body if it's willing to be aligned with this goal. Do you feel this is the right move? Is this goal meant for you? Now, the purpose actually of this question is to uncover any blocks or limitations that ride within our mental body concerning our goal. So, and that's what it is. So each thing, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, keep asking the same question and focus on those areas. And once you're focusing on these particular areas, you can get the answer. Yes, it's right. No, it's not. If it's a no, find out, okay, why. This is what we need to look at. Why? Let's see. Hassan says, I used to be an actual writer in my happy days. You know, I think you should get back into writing. I mean, but now you hate writing. You just write your emotions down. Is it that you hate writing, or do you hate the writer's block? Do you hate, try to pinpoint, like get into that a little deeper? Or do you hate emotions? Did you dislike what you were writing? Or do you feel that nobody was understanding what it was? I'm not published, but I do write as well. Nice. Very nice. So I write, I don't publish. I like the writing, the mental part of it. Now, if the answer is yes, then you proceed to the next, which is physical, spiritual, and emotional. So that's what we're doing. Okay, we're looking at this. But if the answer is no, okay, if it is no, I do too. I think that you should start the writing again. So I really feel that you should start the writing again, Kasan. I think that it's a big help for you. It's part of who you are. Okay. Now if the answer is no when you're asking your mental, physical, emotional, spiritual part, if it's no, you need to simply begin a conversation with that part of you. And this is what we're talking about, being authentically you. And this is how it starts. Now, some questions are, again, easy questions. Why are you not willing to be able to align with this goal? Really, really simple. Why are you not willing to align with this goal? What would it take for you to be able to align with this goal? Find out what the holdback is. That's what it is. You need to find out what is bringing you backward. What is the holdup? Why am I not okay with this? What is going on? Now, when a part of you is not willing to be aligned with an authentic goal, the cause may be fear or insecurity. That's the thing. That's part of your emotional. Is it fear that's stopping you? Or is it insecurity? A lot of us, we feel insecure. We feel like we're not good enough or we can't heal. But what is that doing? It's bringing negativity back. Do you? You need to be more positive. I mean, this world is created of so many different individuals, and it would be boring if we were all the same. There's no such thing as a perfect individual. None. Okay. We are not perfect. We're not meant to be. Because then if we came on this earth and we were perfect, then okay, what do we come here to learn? What do we come here to do? We sometimes we have to go through things on excuse me, one side or another just to have that that experience, that learning experience. And a lot of times when things are on repeat and we keep repeating the same, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done that, or why did I do that, we haven't learned the lesson yet, and then that's the biggest issue. We need to do things that are authentically us. Good, you go for it. And some that is authentically yes, and you need to take that look at yourself as an individual. Now, usually the situation, again, when we're talking about fear and insecurity, okay, that's sweet, honey. As far as fear and insecurity, what we're talking about is something that we need to work on within ourselves, because we all have fear, we all have insecurity. We all do as individuals. It's natural, it's normal. It's working through that fear, or getting through that fear, or getting by that insecurity, or just trying. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think as you get older, it might be a little easier to get by some insecurities, because I guess when you get, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but when you get older, you learn to laugh at yourself when you do something that you're not supposed to do. Ah, you did it again, huh? So, but when you're younger, it's a difficult situation. I think, at least for me. Okay. So now, usually the situation is remedied by helping the party understand. And again, when we're talking party, we're talking that part of yourself. Okay. Understanding and then taking care of it. Okay. Now it's actually facing fears. Yes. Facing fears is a big thing. You need to take care of that it's safe, that it actually has nothing to fear. You have nothing to fear. Facing my fears have been so empowering. Yes, I've managed to face everything except being chased down by bees. Just don't ask. It's just easier. So that's it's a ridiculous fear, but it's a fear. But we all have these inner fears, these inner things that we need to go through. We need to work on that. Now, once you receive the willingness of the body, remember to thank them for their support, because you're manifesting your authentic goal, is what you're doing. Now, examples here, guys. How do we work through fears? There's fear of rejection. There's fear of not being good enough. There are so many different fears that we need to look at, but it's facing them that we need to do. I feel it will spark your soul, Kassan. Happy in my heart for you. Yeah, it's a difficult thing to actually manifest. Now you need to affirm your alignment in order to be able to actually manifest it. Now, I know the process sounds a little bit much, but by actually completing this process, you have created, okay, an authentic goal and brought yourself into full alignment of it. Yes, the paper wasps that chased me inside summer. Yes! Yes! It's like, I swear to God, I go outside and they follow me. I don't know. So, and this is what you've done. You've actually, through these steps, you have created a goal that you are in full alignment with. So, by being in full alignment, you're manifesting the success aspect of it. And I think that's where people have some issues with manifesting what they want. I've done this for manifesting. I've done that for manifesting. Yes. But are you authentically aligned? Are you all aligned for this? Actually saw one today in December. Yeah. No, all I see around me is crows and seagulls. A lot of boats. Every time the bridge opens, boats, 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 boats. Right now. And a squirrel that likes nuts. So that's what we mean. If individuals, as us as individuals, we're trying to manifest things that are actually better for us spiritual people, we're trying to manifest it. But if you are not in line with what you're trying to manifest, it's not going to happen. We're not going to have that ability to manifest it. So we need to get that authentically aligned. A realistic, aligned, authentic goal. Yes, that has been my issue, having the slightest doubt. Exactly. That's why manifestation doesn't happen. Bingo. That's exactly it. So by aligning our entire body with the goal, we've already got the positive manifestation aspect of it, because it's something that we want. It's not just that we want, but it's a goal that's going to help us. Love that. Settled in my home. Love the squirrel. I know we have one that likes to wait for nuts by certain people. So there's certain individuals here that like to feed the squirrels. Kind of cool. So, and that's what it has. Now, you have now moved forward without struggle, and all the blocks that you thought were going to happen have been removed from this. That's why the success is all yours, guys. Every bit of success, it's all you. You've manifested. Okay, so that's your goal. So now you know the direction. Every part of your body, okay, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, every part of you is on the same page. So now you're aligned. You are authentically aligned with what's coming. You're authentically aligned with your goal. And you will have that. Now, oh my goodness, what's this part here? So, so this is something that we have now. By taking the steps to do things in a particular manner, we have the process, and we will be able to move ourselves forward. So, all right, let's see. What do we got going on in the chat room over here and nonstop messages? I don't know. Okay, so what do we have going on in the chat room over here? So, anybody have any questions right now about what it is that you need to work on? If there is a part of this process that you don't understand, if you need for me to repeat it, it's a really beneficial, especially when things are actually manifesting. Guys, I have to go for streaming on my other channel. Thank you, Susan. Come on, Susan. Oh, you stream? Awesome. Thank you so much for showing up, and continue to be you. Never give up. Bye, hon. So if anybody, let's see, I've got about 12 minutes left. So if anybody has any questions about the process, we continue to talk about that particular method. Or if anybody has any questions for the Reverend or the counselor, please feel free to let me know. But there was quite a few good points actually brought up by Heidi. And I do believe, and again, Michelle as well, I do believe journaling, writing things down and journaling, especially on pen and paper, it's a good way to process a lot easier. It takes you off like the computer, and it processes. Like I used to love, the ocean. I prefer the ocean, believe it or not, in the winter, in the fall. I'm very weird. I like the cold weather. I love it. Yes, it's pretty cool. Good. I'm glad. So take these steps, get aligned, and what that's going to happen, it's going to help your goals. You'll be able to reach your goals a little easier this way. So next week, let's see what we're going to talk about. I think we might go into this a little deeper and talk a little bit about the spiritual aspects of aligning. Okay, so we can take this a step further and we can go into that. I don't have enough time in 10 minutes to continue with this part of it, but I think next week we'll get into it, the spiritual aspects. And what that deals with, it deals more with your consciousness. So love the ocean too. And it's pretty much cold in Seattle. Oh, Washington. Yeah, I'm in the armpit of Massachusetts, so we got ocean all around us. Literally, when you see the armpit like this, I'm right up there. So that's just how I put it. The armpit of the East Coast of Mass. So, but it's really nice oceans, and there's a lot of fishing port over here. There's fishing boats, and used to be the whaling capital and all these other things. But yeah, I love the ocean. I find it relaxing and healing. I don't think I could live anywhere without an ocean, or at least an ocean I could get to. But I do every now and then have to go to the woods as well. So I think us as individuals, it depends on the energy, like the ocean. The salt water is very healing. It has movement and it brings that salt healing energy towards us, which is pretty awesome. Okay. But the woods have the trees. It's more grounding. It's more earthbound. So it's like cleansing and renewal and fun. And I do find that when I do go swimming afterwards, I feel all cleansed, all recharged because of the salt water. But when I feel I need that little bit of energy, that's when I go kind of travel to the woods, which we still have a little bit of woods here and there. You just have to drive to actually get to it. So it's not much. Oh, by the way, if you guys like to drop by, channel name is Unknown Archive. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Might be checking that out. So that's basically the gist of everything for today. So this is the new format of Begin in the Dark. The format is any topics about anything helping you. When I do have guests on the show, there'll be guests that anything to help individuals spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally is what it is that I want to do. It's something that I need. It's my authentic self. Found that out. So I had to kind of head in another direction, take a step back, think, look, breathe, and then get back to it. I'll be back next week, Susan. Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. New format, new direction, new avenues. And this is what I choose. I will be looking for guests. So if anybody is watching this and would like to be a guest on Beacon in the Dark, if you are in the healing aspect of things, if you have a particular group that goes out and helps other people, I mean, I would love to have something like that on the show. A lot of times, us as human beings, we need to know that we're not alone. We're not, it's like, okay, I'm not the only one that this happened to, or I'm not the only one that that does this. There's other individuals out there. They need to be aware and know that there's a group I can go to for this, there's a group I can go to for that, or this one helps with this, that one helps with that. So these are aspects that I'd like to pull into this in order to get us more lined up and aligned with who we truly want to be. We got 6 minutes left, guys. 6 minutes. So I took a step back, went and asked myself, aligned everything up, with the direction that I was thinking about taking this into, and I've been thinking about it for a while. So I am authentically following my path and I am aligned with it. So this is definitely the direction. So, but yeah, so I'll be putting the word out for guests and individuals, and there really is no a limit on something like this. It can be talk to me about particular topics because this is a platform that I want people to come to ask for help, to people to say, you know, I'd love to see something on this topic. We don't have enough information on it, or you know, it's not just like it's not all about love the readings. The readings are on Tuesday, hon. Readings are on Tuesday. This show is all about spiritual work aspects, helping things like that. So if you need the Rev, I'm here. If you need the healer, I can send some energy out. If you actually need the counselor, I'm right here as well. So literally that's what I'm here for. I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm letting you know, guys, that you're not talking to a newbie. You are talking to somebody who does have experience, who's finally ready to align with who she truly is and what it is that she truly wants to do. Do this, guys. Be authentically you, who you are, who you want to be. Align with it. Get every part of yourself on board. Don't be afraid. Just move forward and love who you are. Love all of you. Be positive. Keep doubt out. Once you get aligned, start that manifestation. All right, guys, we're going to call it a night. End of a good show. And I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to the Rift Nation Network every chance you get. So, and I'd like to thank our two sponsors. So we have Ghost of Stanton, of course, really awesome place. Check them out. And SS Crystalline Crafts. So there's a lot of closeouts actually happening over there. So, and she will be going live soon. They're another sponsor of the Rift Nation Network. And like I said, like, subscribe, and follow, and share the show out. Maybe this show will help somebody else out as well. So thank you guys so much for coming on, and I'm looking forward to next week. Let's see if we got the right one. Peace.